Morning guys, welcome back to another episode of Wild Reaches. I've just lost the drone.
Son of a southern man, daughter of a freedman, children of the Civil War. Blackbird on a limb, both of them diving in deeper than they've been before. And down a red dirt path, covering their tracks, strangers in the light of day. Can't fight it, can't stop, and if they get caught, it's gonna be hell to pay.
I sent it way out over the water here. Our camp's way back that way. We're only about 3 kilometers out with, about 45% left on the battery. I wanted to film these new friends of ours and their catamarans as they went out through all these sand spits, the sand caves. And that was such a beautiful sunrise, so I wanted to capture that. When I got out there, it said battery low, returning home. So I started sending it home. It's about 3 kilometers, and I could just see the percentage dropping. And it then got to about 11% and said critically low, landing now, and I was still way out over the ocean. So instead of like cutting across the ocean to our through the river mouth to our camp, I just turned and went straight for the coast. And it actually started dropping. It said critically low, dropping, and I'm trying to send it up at the same time, trying to get the height, and just going flat knacker for the beach here. And as soon as I got to the beach, I think it was like 6%, and it just came down and landed on the sand. So I don't know where it is, but I'm gonna pull up here. I'm in a meter of water, which isn't good either. So I'm just gonna nose up here onto the beach and go for a walk, see if I can find the drone. I really want that footage. We don't have long, that boat's not in a good position. So I did see something, like see these little trees up here? I saw something like that when I was bringing it in. I also saw a turtle track. So that's what I'm looking for, a turtle track. Well, there's an old turtle track there. See that going through the sand there? Ah, the boat's not in a good position. Another turtle track here. I think it was a bit fresher than that though. Another turtle track. Yes, that could be it. That's not that fresh, but you see that? Turtle track and coming back down. Oh, you can see the nest up there. I'll take you guys for a walk later. I'll show you that nest where the turtles have laid their eggs. I can see it. Yes! There it is! Oh, yes! Remember when I lost the drone in that river and I had to jump in after it? That was, I don't know, 20 episodes ago. Thought that was happening again this morning. I was so far out that way when it said going down. Critically low, landing down, started going down. Oh, I would have been so devastated. The boat's sideways, but let's check out this nest. So yeah, two sets of turtle tracks, or one set. So you can see the turtle comes up and then the turtle goes back down. And under here is where the eggs are. Now the mother has sat here and pushed all the sand out, creating that hole and covering up her eggs. How cool is that? It looks quite old, but I'm not sure how old. I don't know if they've hatched out of there or not, but it could be worth having a look. We've got a full moon coming up this weekend, so it could be the weekend where all these turtles start hatching. We did see when we were coming down the coast the other day, we were out, I don't know, a kilometre or so, not a kilometre, probably 500 metres off the coast. Not even that. And we saw heaps of fresh turtle tracks going up the beach, like proper fresh, a couple of days old. Whereas that one looks a fair bit older. Ah, yes, I'm so stoked I got it. Okay, so today, the plan is to go out here onto all these little sand caves. But this wind is getting quite strong. We were going to head out there with the fly rods and just see what we can find. Further north where the water's a bit cleaner, it's so much fun. You know, you can find trevally and queenfish and all sorts of stuff. Cobia, permit, everything out there on the flats. And you can see them all, so it's very visual. And you can cast, you know, you can cast to them. It's a lot of fun. But down here I've noticed the water's a lot dirtier down here in the Gulf Carpentaria, so I'm not sure yet. Just wait and see. There's another deep hole not far up the coast there, right on the beach, that I wanted to go and check out. I just saw the contours, they looked really interesting, so we might find something there and then chase some big barra this afternoon. We'll have a cook up in between as well. Phew. How good does it look out there? Little sand cay out there. There's another one here, but it's very shallow. You can see the birds are just on it. There's not much sand left. But the water is really dirty, unfortunately. I don't know about this, mate. Might not.
It'd be hard to fly.
Yeah, it might not pay off. That was only, we got to about 0.7. 700 mil of water trying to get into there, and we still had like, 150, 200 metres to go, so we weren't going to make it into there. When you got clear water, you can see, you know, you can make a like educated decision. But when it's like this, like coffee, you just don't know when you're going to run aground or like where the channel is. I think we're just going to go around these sand caves and go to that hole. Well, that didn't really go to plan, did it? Two things we wanted to do: fly fish those flats and go and find that big hole down the coast. Neither of them worked, but that's what happens out here. You gotta try these things. It could have been amazing. Same with the fresh water yesterday. If we'd have got up to there, bloody hell, would have been so good. But the water levels just wouldn't let us get up there. But I did just see on the drone across the other side of the river here, there's a big drain. I actually thought it was just a mangrove line, but it's a proper creek in there. So I was thinking we could shoot across there. Oh, it's way in behind all those trees.
Oh yeah.
Follows the coast down.
Yeah, right.
We could go in there, just take a backpack each,
Yep.
probably some bloody deep, and look for a mud shell, look for a mud crab, flick a lure around, try and catch a barra. Just explore that area. Dane's about to put a damper on for a bit of a snack for later. Again, we need to catch fish to eat today, lunch, and add some additions. This is what I was telling you about before. This is our... Oh,
It's so hot.
this is our nest. So that's me up there, Dane's in this one, and we need to add a few things to it. Add to our platform, maybe build a little bar in here. Anyway, that's our day sorted. Hope you guys enjoy it. You alright, mate? You lost half your beard. This side's all singed off.
I'm not surprised. No, it just doesn't grow there.
That's pretty well perfect, eh? As long as that didn't pull. Alright, hopefully it stays there. Look at that tide ripping through. So we're going to push up into the bush here. See what we can find. Hopefully something cool. We've got a spear and a rod each. I'll look for a mud crab, mud shell, barra, something. Then we'll go back and have a cook up on the other side of the river. Shells on this side too, mate. Yeah. Wow, they're thick.
Sort of different over here though. They're all spirally over here, they're all like fans.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
That is nice.
Look at that.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool.
It just needs that other little wing. I wonder
Yeah.
what that wing was.
Imagine the mosquitoes are going to be bloody dense in here. You can see wallabies have been through here. See this track here? That's the wallabies. Oh, that's a nice shell. Look at that one. So this is what I was talking about the other day. This is what the indigenous would use to collect water, to drink water back in the day. That's a bloody good one. It's almost,
a good one.
it's almost perfect. Oh, more shells. What's going on here? This is like a bit of a drain in itself.
Yeah.
Maybe in the wet season. Nice flood through here. Oh yeah, you can see it there. It's a very narrow drain, which means the water's going to be warm. Which is why I think there'd be barramundi and crocodiles in it. Let's sneak in here, have a look. Oh, it's shallow. Super shallow.
See if I can find another entrance to the creek. See what it does. I'm sort of thinking it might get a bit shallower. Well, at the moment I can't even get anywhere near it. It's just dense.
Nothing in there. It's so shallow. Go find Dane. We might come across like a deeper pool further up on a bend or something. Oh, we've got that damper in the fire too, so hope he's timing it. We really don't have long. So all these clearings here, and every now and then there's like a clearing through the she oaks, lots of shells and then mud like this. You can see it's just dried out mud. In the wet season I imagine this all links up. It would all flood, replenish this system.
So many bloody spiders and shit in here. Whoa! Look at the size of that thing.
Big golden orb.
Yeah. Look at that.
Let's see what's lurking in the mangroves. Look at that big guy. Just another danger up here in Far North Queensland. It's a struggle to get down to these mangroves. Not having much luck this morning. Or to get down to the creek through the mangroves, I should say. Alright, let's go in for a look. Jeez, the mosquitoes are thick. So thick. So there's something about mangroves, we're not meant to damage them. They're protected or something, I don't know. Oh, it doesn't look great for a fish anyway. But you know what I mean? Otherwise you could just smash through here with a machete, but we're not going to do that. There's spider webs everywhere. And you don't want to have to be getting out of here in a hurry. But as far as bush tucker goes, we can eat these, or these cone shells. Can't remember what they're called, but we can eat them. Looks really shallow. Shallow, crocky. I don't know, no structure in there. Oh, what's that there? There's a little snag there. Super shallow, but I'll give it a crack. No, no good.
Oh well, I think it's mission failed. Couldn't get through at all, apart from where we first came in. Anyway, I've still got that damper in the sand, so it's been probably an hour now. We might have to go back and check that so we got some sort of food. Hey? Ah. You could get through the bend. You could squeeze through where the bend is, but I think it's just
shallow.
Hey?
Shallow.
Yeah, it'd be shallow, but it doesn't look like it's drying out anytime soon so you could have any potential of finding crabs. Yeah. Hibiscus, and they don't really have much shoots.
You can see
The straight ones, yeah. In the territory they come a lot from around the base. I don't know if this is the same exact tree, but it's definitely the same family. But they get a lot of ones like that, but from around the base.
Like that there?
Yeah, but they grow near it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, similar to that.
So that's what the indigenous would use to make spears like this. Back in the old days. They probably still do now. Well reckons they don't on the east coast very much, but I think here on the west coast they do.
And in Arnhem.
We're just walking back to the boat, checking out this crazy shell selection. And Dane's just spotted mud shell. You found a couple, hey?
Found two. This isn't the other half either.
That's good. So doing stuff like this gives you a good idea of what little critters are in the area that you can eat. And we've never found mud shell on the west coast, like we'd heard they're here, but that just proves that they are here. Now we just need to find them. So we might make that a bit of a mission too while we're here, to find mud shell. A bit of a cook up. If you guys haven't seen that before, we'll show you how to cook it and how good it tastes. But it's definitely been longer than an hour.
It's been like 2 hours.
2 hours?
Nearly.
Oh, that's a worry. Black damper. Oh yeah, she looks good, mate.
Ah, it's warm. I reckon 2 hours, probably a bit long, but oh, all those sultanas are caramelised.
Aren't they ever? It's gonna be delicious.
That looks like a bloody fruit loaf, fruit cake or whatever.
Good?
Oh.
Alright, let's find some honey. Is it in there or in here?
It's so good.
I got it. I got it. Oh yeah. Alright, we're gonna have a bit of a camp cook up. We just had a bit of a kip up there in the hammock in the heat of the day. Under here, under the she oaks in the shade, it's nice and cool. So we're thinking have a bit of a feast and then go for a fish, and then that way we're not hungry, we're not rushing back to cook up a big dinner. We can just have something simple for dinner. So I'm going to fill our bellies, we're going to have a bit of rice. I've got that on the fire here on the coals. It's coming along, and the pan getting nice and warm, also on the coals. So we just went through the fridge on the boat, and I found a few bits and pieces that, one, I didn't even know was in there. Got some bacon from Cardwell Butchery. That's awesome. Dane's coffee cup. That chili jam that you saw us use over on the east coast, a little bit of that. And some fish. We forgot about this. Fish, what sort of fish was it? Pomfrey from the pro fishermen that were in here the other day. They gave us a little bag to try. Never eaten this fish before, so that's going to be interesting too. They reckon it's delicious. Bit of onion, bit of garlic, and some chives, shallots. Same thing, mate. So we lit this fire here that you can see behind me, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago now. And it's been going ever since. I think every morning we just get up, throw some pine needles on there and give it some sheac needles and give it a blow. And it takes back off again. It's so good. You imagine the Indigenous would have done that, hey, for whenever they'd set up a camp, they'd get a fire going and it would last pretty much the whole time they're there.
What are you cooking?
What's it called?
Yeah.
No idea. What's in the bottom of the fridge?
Bottom of the fridge. No.
What's in the bottom of the fridge with Nate on the side of the river? Put a little bit more oil in this pan. So I think I'm going to do the bacon, like crispy bacon, so I'll throw it in there first. Dane likes his bacon nice and crispy. Throw it in there first, and then throw the shallots and the onion and the garlic in, mix it all in together, a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and then last minute I'll throw the fish in. Because the fish wants to be cooked to perfection, you don't want to dry out the fish. Now I'm going to salt and pepper the fish before I put it in. Always like to do that. Or put a heap of oil in the pan and then a heap of salt and pepper in the pan as well, and then drop your fish in. So after this mission, guys, staying, we've got probably 2 or 3 more nights on the coastline in the bigger boat. We're going to head back into a community, catch up with a few people, meet a couple more traditional owners and go further north into their country and explore with them, find out where we can go, where we can't go, what we can film, what we can't film, and then they've given us permission to go further upstream into the freshwater, and we're going to put the tinny in and we're going to do a tinny drift like we did way back in episode 1 to 6 I think it was. We're going to drift, I don't know, 4 or 5 days down a river in the freshwater, just living off the land, living out of the river, drinking the water and eating the fish that we can catch. So make sure you stick around for that, 'cause that's going to be unreal, sort of going back to our roots. So I think this afternoon we're going to find a couple of drains. Being that this tide's still running out, we thought we'd fish like the last hour or so of the run out, maybe the last 2 hours of the run out, and then fish that change, which should coincide with the end of the day, the end of the light. We'll see what else we can find too. Hey, we might go for a walk down one of the drains, see if we can find a mud crab. God, he's nailed the rice again. Bloody perfect. Fluffy rice. And a little bit of Tabasco. I think your coffee's just done, mate. That chili jam, so I recommend you should have a little bit. That's it, guys. Just a simple cook up, everything that I could find in the fridge in the boat. Probably should have made a little bit more, but we've still got more fish in there and more bacon, which is good. We can have this again tomorrow. Have a look at that. Looks tasty as. Not bad for when you're out in the bush. Things don't always have to be super simple like baked beans. Can't wait to try this fish.
Pretty good.
Is it?
Real buttery.
Buttery. Oh yeah. So different. It's like nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe like whiting. Yeah, I reckon it's got like a whiting kind of texture and taste. Really soft and just flakes apart. It's delicious. Alright, we'll see you guys up the river somewhere. So the whole river seems to have changed this afternoon. Absolutely beautiful. There's a glass out there behind me and a glass out in front. Now we were, as you know, going to shoot up the river, but we just thought we'd have a quick look out here because the flats look beautiful. I can't imagine the visibility being any better than this morning, but it's just nice to have a look.
Down through the hollow till a hand grabbed her by the arm. Blood's thicker than water, but even his father ain't never gonna do her no harm. And whiskey on his breath, they were scared to death, and he was meaner than the devil himself. It was him or them, and you can call it a sin, but the Roanoke River won't tell. So baby, meet me down by the Roanoke River, where the cool dark water meets the full moonlight. If we can sneak away, maybe we could be together. Can't nobody stop love tonight.
It's worth the flick. Oh, first bar for the day.
At least they're there.
Can't nobody stop this love. Can't nobody stop this love. Can't nobody stop this love.
Lane just pointed out the croc slide, you can see going up and then coming back down. That's a big one. How wide that is.
Can't nobody stop this love. Can't nobody stop this love. Can't nobody stop this love.
Next spot looks like a huge crocodile. Oh, it is. It is. Yeah, it's the biggest one we've seen in this system. Have a look. Get the our trusty ID card out.
Silver javelin. Silver javelin fish. Yeah, never,
Silver
never
javelin
failed
fish.
at that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a possibility. It could be anything. We have no idea what we're talking about.